Hi, Christine here with Madison.
Hi.
We are here today to talk about addiction. And what we want to talk about is oftentimes people have preconceived notions about who can be an addict and who can't be an addict. And it won't happen to me. Those are different people that happened to. And we want to clear that up and clear the air. So we have a video from the National Institute on Drug Abuse, NIDA, that we're going to show. And as I'm getting it up, Madison's going to share.
Yeah, so one thing that they talk about is that how, again, as Christine said, the stereotype of who can be addicted, and also they talk about how to become recovered from addiction, and the idea that it's just easy. You can just say, I want to be done with this, and then you are. But it actually is a lot harder than that, because of the way that the drugs can change your brain to make everything a lot more difficult. So we are going to show the video now.
Yes, and the video is anyone can become addicted to drugs. And I want you to also remind you that alcohol is a drug. So we are including alcohol when we say anybody can be addicted to drugs and alcohol, I should say, but because sometimes people like to keep that separate too, and it is not separate. So here we go.
A lot of us have an idea in our heads about what a person addicted to drugs looks like, but the truth is anyone can become addicted to drugs. Addiction is when you feel a strong urge to keep taking a drug, even if it is causing harm. To stop, ask for help. Drug addiction doesn't depend on your income, your job, your age, race, or color. Addiction is a disease of the brain, and it can happen to anyone. You probably already know that you can become addicted to tobacco, alcohol, and illegal drugs. But even prescription drugs can be addictive when not taken as directed, or when you take medication not prescribed for you. There are scientists who study drug abuse. Their research has taught us a lot about what makes you more likely to become addicted to drugs. Things like having family members who have had a drug problem, starting drugs at a young age, having mental health problems like depression, or hanging around other people who use drugs, all put you at risk. But you do not become addicted if you don't take drugs. If you or someone you love has a problem, get help. And if you do become addicted, you can be treated and you can recover. Find drug treatment near you. Call 1-800-662-HELP. Want to learn more? Find easy-to-read drug facts at www.easyread.drugabuse.gov.
Okay. All right, so as you can see, anybody can be addicted to drugs. And there are some factors that we want to talk about that they mentioned in the video that we want to talk about a little further.
Yep, so there's not just one factor that makes you become addicted or predisposes you to become addicted. It actually is a combination of three. So the first one is biology. So this is based on your genetics. So if someone in your family, such as like one of your parents has addiction, that means you become more likely to become addicted.
Yes, that is one of the biggest risk factors. Another big risk factor to becoming addicted is your environment. So environment meaning that if everyone in your area, like where you live, your neighborhood, your family members, your friends use drugs or alcohol, it becomes normalized. And you don't realize that they may have a problem and that you too could have a problem. It's just normal for you to see it, so it just seems normal. That's the environmental factor. And like I said in a previous video, my favorite saying is if you always go to the barber shop, eventually you'll get your hair cut. And so that's the saying that they use in the 12-step community. And it's because it's true. If you hang around with people that are using alcohol and drugs, then you are likely to try it yourself. And it's a high risk factor when it's environmental.
Yep. And then the third factor is development. So we know that you can take a drug at any age and become addicted, but the earlier you take it, the more likely you become addicted just because of the way your brain is developed and how your brain hasn't fully developed before a certain age yet. So that's also another factor.
Yes, early use. We also have found that the earlier you start using drugs or alcohol, the more likely it happens. And we found that in like alcohol research and other, and I think we've mentioned that also. So those are the biggest risk factors. As you can see, anyone can be become addicted. It doesn't matter who you are, where you live, how much money you make, and all that. That's not how addiction works. You just have to have a brain because it's a disease of the brain. So with that, we're going to sign out for today. So thank you so much for being here with us. And don't forget to like and share and follow me at the Prevention Gram on Instagram. Thank you.
Bye.